back to Talking Fruit. I can't believe this is already, I'm going to say, episode 4.
Episode 4. Great to be back, Graham.
So, Graham, entrepreneur, investor, love to run, enjoying It's Fresh as a great company.
John and I've been working for It's Fresh for 3 years across a broad range of fruits and territories.
And behind the camera?
And I'm Amelia, and I'm recording for today's episode.
Okay, fantastic. So in this series we've been through the world supply chain, we've done a thing on grapes, we've done a thing on raspberries, and if we're talking about global supply chains, we've got at some point to get to avocados, which is, I think as a global supply chain quite new, isn't it?
It's an absolute phenomenon, and it is the rock star of Instagram. And that's been, by and large, its success. Everybody, from the millennials to the Gen Zers backwards, are going mad for
So
avocado.
somewhere there's a Swiftie we're going to talk about.
Somewhere.
But we ought to say something first about where we've got our fruit from. So as usual, we've got it all from our local supermarket, but this is nothing to do with the supermarket itself. We're not affiliated with them. All our comments around the supply chain in general, the quality of fruit in general, and helping us all understand a bit more about it. So, why did we pick avocados? Tell us more about why this is a rock star. Why is Taylor Swift in the building for avocados?
I think we should jump in our TARDIS, Graham, to keep the references accurate, and go back to the 70s.
Oh, so original long scarf, full-on TARDIS. Okay.
way back. Tom Baker TARDIS.
Excellent.
And we're not going to meet the Daleks, but we're going to arrive at a time when, if you were served an avocado pear, as they were called.
Oh, in my 1970s dinner party?
In your 1970s dinner party. Yeah. What would it look like, and what did you eat it with? And what was your thoughts?
I'm a hair too young for some 1970s dinner parties, but I seem to recall, was it not just like on the half and sliced and you sort of had to dig into it?
And what did they put into it?
Prawn cocktail. Oh, what a dinner party special.
What a culinary delight. Okay, so who'd have thought then, transport ourselves, nearly, 50 years hence, and what we have is a global phenomenon called the Hass avocado.
The Hass avocado.
That has changed the game completely.
Quick question to our consumer. Do you know different varieties of avocado? When he says Hass, did you know that, or is it just an avocado?
Just an avocado.
Fred, have you ever eaten it?
I'm ashamed to say.
Have you ever eaten it with prawn cocktail in it?
Yes, I have actually. But only through my parents.
You have lived.
That's
Maybe they did those dinner parties back in the day.
Yeah, they
Okay,
did.
let's get back to it. So Hass avocado, why has that transformed the world?
Well, this is what's really interesting about it, because this doesn't, it's got a sort of a crocodile skin, compared to the avocados from, back in the 70s, which were smooth skinned.
Really?
This is a specific variety that is a crossbreed that came out of California in the 80s. And what they've worked out is high yielding, great availability, good quality. They can store it, they can ship it, and suddenly they can begin a global marketing exercise.
Very cool. So let's keep moving quickly through it. This is not the only one we've got on the table. So let's kind of introduce our contestants for today, as it were. Just as normal, you've probably done your good, better, best thing. And I'm guessing here we have a big silver pack, which is probably hiding our best. We've got our better and we've got our good. Hold on a second. Doesn't feel like fruit, but anyway. 2 varieties, is it, or 3?
Well, actually, all of these are Hass types.
Okay.
But if we open up the finest, the premium, we've got a new variety in here called Gem. And it's a variety because there's an R there, which means it's a registered trademark.
So it should be something special. Okay.
It's got to be extra special. Now, to the untrained eye, they do look rather similar because Gem is a hybrid of Hass. It is a type of Hass.
Right.
There are several types of Hass, by the way. There's not just one dominant type. But this brings together a number of naturally bred, crossbred genetics to give a buttery eating experience with a slightly smaller stone.
Big words. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll have to find out. Why is this red here, by the way, and this is green? Is that is that not right?
Well, I did expect your laser eye for detail to hone in on that, and although that is not a defect, because we're living in a world where we don't want to throw away fruit, we want to eat everything. Not. But that is what happens when, this has got it as well, when this is classic sun blush. So this is, imagine this is
a little bit on here as well.
Yeah, they're from South Africa.
Okay.
So this has come from probably the north part of South Africa, which is subtropical. The sun's very hot during the day and cold during the night.
Yeah.
And what we'll see there, this is effect of that hot day with the sun exposed to it. I think it's probably hasn't got a leaf over the top protecting it. I think this speaks of how the fruit grows on this specific tree.
Okay.
The gem tree has fruit at the top. It's not just underneath.
So this is basically sunburn.
This is sunburn, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, or possibly a bit of rubbing from a leaf.
Before we open up any of these, I think another question I usually have is, how can I tell in the supermarket which one is ripe and which one is not? And to me, ripe means if I dig my spoon. Do we have a spoon around here somewhere? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Behind the camera. If I dig a spoon into it, it makes lovely guacamole. Got a bit of sort of texture, but not too much.
Do the avocado test.
Okay, but here's the question, Graham. How do you know until you've opened it?
Because I don't know. That's what I just asked you. How can I tell?
Because it's all good and well.
What is a button test?
A button test. Well, it's all good and well once you've opened it up. But
no. Let's find out. Do you know what the button test is?
Kind of. You have, So John, do an example. So you put your
Right. So this
I'll let the
hold on.
explain.
I
do know what it is.
So come on then.
Let the game be the master. Okay. So I'm going to open these up because this is really important because I can show you the contrast between ripe and ripen at home. So this is Tesco's. A middle tier where you take it home and you leave it for a few days.
Can I just say, I've had some like this. I'm not saying this one. Ripen at home actually means they never ever ripen at home, and I end up throwing these things away.
Oh, you're now getting deep into post-harvest, Graham.
Anyway, maybe not for now, but we'll find out. If this is hard and I can't eat it and it's like no chance, we'll talk about that.
So, this, obviously a lot harder.
Quite. Okay, I don't give your knife much of a chance.
Whereas this, hear that?
Nice.
So from a sort of a sonic point of view, you can tell that this is pretty robust. Now,
this is quite right.
We call it the button, and it's just a fun way of looking at the thing. If you look at your button there, so what does it say on your label? Does it say ripe and ready to eat?
It says ripe and ready avocado.
Ripe and ready, perfect. So if you look at a ripe and ready,
it even says keep refrigerated to prevent over ripening.
Look what we can do here. Look, we can easily take out the button. I didn't even have to try. The button has popped, so I'm going to put a bet that this is going to be superb.
Oh, that was quite easy.
Did it pop out easy?
Yeah.
Okay, Graham, try and pop out that one.
Okay.
Not as easy, is it?
That's not coming.
Do you need to use a knife?
I'll try a spoon.
You can go with a spoon. Okay.
Yeah, so I got it.
You managed to jemmy it out with a spoon using mechanical leverage. Yeah.
And I think we're going to find
that's quite hard. Is. Now, another way, if you're not so sure about the button or it's already popped, another way is to have a look at what I call just gently feeling the neck. So if you imagine this is the
thin end, right?
The thin end of the neck, and you just gently feel it. And what you'll find is there can be a slight separation of the skin. The skin's reasonably thick. You can feel it very gently. I'm not talking about really digging in, because imagine going to the supermarket and everybody's done this.
I want the one that's half peeled in the bottom of the box.
So you can just feel it. It's just got a little bit of air behind, a cavity behind the skin. And this one, this one here as well, perfect. You can feel that.
Right. Let's see if you're right. Let's open these up.
Is that like a...
I would say having been to some really interesting presentations from market research companies, the biggest issue is consumers don't know when it's ripe or how to judge the ripeness.
Yeah.
Let us help them now.
Let us help them.
Yeah,
so I mean, everything's about what's inside the avocado, obviously. Yeah. So we're going to try and open up one of, let's call it each.
So children, if you do this at home, make sure you're with an adult. But when you cut it, just cut it around the stone like this, really gently. Let the knife do the work, and you're turning the avocado at the same time. Okay.
This is the hard one, right?
And then,
so be careful. Watch my face with that.
Having worked in an avocado cold room, so you have to do lots of these because you've got to test every batch that comes in. You can then use the knife to just. Oh, you can hear that creaking. There you go, Graham. This one's for you for the spoon test.
Thank you. Right. So the spoon test is how easily can I get guacamole out of it? Let's have a look here.
I think you're bending spoons, Graham.
Sorry.
Uri Geller.
So, no guacamole here.
Yeah.
Right. Don't need that.
Okay.
So is this what in the States they call hard green? I've heard that term.
I mean, hard and green is supposed to refer to how a shipper and an exporter who's sent avocados. That's how it's described in the specification. Hard and green is not a consumer thing.
Yeah.
It should not be really that hard.
Okay, it's interesting. That is, you can't eat that.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, so ripen at home, but
how many days it would take for that there? Because that, even with a sharp knife, that's really, isn't it? Fibrous.
Okay, let's try another one to give people some perspective.
I'll give you the honest.
No. I didn't work in the room, whatever room, did I?
We're going through. Oh, did you see that? Like a knife through butter, Graham.
Like a knife
through.
Look!
It just feels completely different.
And this is not our super quality one. This is our mid quality one. Right?
It's just by size. Oh my word! Okay. Look at that. You're going to enjoy that.
I will try this. Okay.
Have you noticed also?
Are we ready?
No browning. There's no.
Oh, that's right. Sometimes we go brown really fast. Look at that.
Like a knife through butter.
There's absolutely no issue with bending spoons on that one.
Yeah.
So that's actually something I could eat. That's delicious.
I mean,
potentially.
Let's go for a shot. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, we just would have some prawns, Mary Rose, and
Mary Rose sauce.
30 years less on my age.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's pretty cool, eh?
But I'm interested because in all of our other episodes, when we've gone to the highest quality one, it's just like, I mean, this one we can't eat the bottom one. Yeah. At least with the raspberries, it was a bit tart, but we could get it down. This one is, well, it's gone out the window. This one's quite nice, actually.
Leave those for next week. Yeah.
And what about the best one then? Why this gem? Is that?
Well, let's
so good.
Read the packaging. Gem avocado, expertly grown and selected for their creamy, melt in the mouth flesh and subtle nutty aroma.
Okay.
Grown in South Africa. Lovely looking product.
Yeah.
Obviously, cardboard. They've removed plastic from.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, to see that. Yeah.
Great to see. Right. So if we look at this, this is quite interesting because it's going to test some of our produce skills here. This feels.
I don't have any produce skills.
Just feel that it feels a lot harder, doesn't it, than this? I mean, give me the difference.
Yeah. So this one is actually quite squishy on the neck. You were saying, moving.
You can sort of
this
takes
one
a bit more pressure.
There's a little bit of motion, but it's not. It's not sort of moving the skin like you mentioned.
It's really hard to tell on this one.
Oh.
Pop it.
It pops.
It went, but with a little more force.
Acid test now. If this is ripe, then we are dealing with, and I'd say for me that's always the best indicator. But the skin, when I go into this, you'll see exactly why. So we cut in.
Oh, is it a thicker skin? I mean, nothing like when this one was like butter, as you said. I'm seeing, an athletic man having to put some effort in here. And this is interesting.
Yeah.
Is this meant to be ready to eat?
This is supposed to be. It's ready.
Says best kept in fridge.
Yeah, store in the fridge.
Ripened to enjoy straight away.
Yeah. Okay.
Or store in the fridge and enjoy within the next few days.
So let's go with this one as well. I know what, Graham. I don't think I think
we have discovered an anti-bargain. Normally, we're after what's the cheap one. We're saying here, maybe today, just this batch may not be the right day. Let's get the spoon test.
Go for it.
Bend or no bend? What are you thinking?
These look quite hard to me.
But, not as bad as the green, but I'm getting sort of look.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a bit out. Compare and contrast.
Buttery. Yeah.
Straight through. So this is actually just not ripe yet.
Yeah, I think these are not quite there. But I wanted to make the point around the skin because the skin on these are really thick compared to a normal avocado. And that's one of the characteristics of the gem. Look how thick that is.
That's all right. We can dig out a bit.
I mean, even if I take off the skin on this one, you can see it's a much thinner skin compared to the gem. The gem has a really thick shell.
A little bit disappointing though. We're not really going to taste a nutty, buttery flavour when we can't get a spoon into it.
No, can we just have a little go there?
Try a little taste.
No,
I heard that crunch.
Yeah.
So that
reminds me of the 80s. I need some prawn cocktail. Made that
well, we have a big claim here. This last unopened packet, perfectly ripe avocados. Oh, wow. So let's find out if the middle one is actually a nicer experience than what was this week the most expensive one.
Go for it.
So let's see if I've learned anything. While I'm starting to cut this, I'm actually going to have a go at this whole thing. You can tell us where these have come from and why. Where are the biggest places in the world for growing them?
So we had a really good spread here because we had avocados from Peru,
straight out,
which were these loose avocados. Yeah. We had avocados from South Africa, which are these premium ones here, although I've got my suspicions about why they're not ripe. And we have these ripen at home bullets, which are from Chile. And bear in mind, is it
that
feel
satisfying?
satisfying?
And we'll just give the same test. Are we ready?
So Southern Hemisphere and Peru, which is the next, when the Southern Hemisphere starts to finish, it's the next most northerly growing region.
So this is marginally harder than that first one that I just went through like butter.
Yeah.
But 10 times better than the most expensive one and the bullets.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Give it a try. It's not world shattering, but it's pretty good.
It's okay. Yeah.
So
yes, we've got 3 different origins.
And they come from all over the place. Of course, we can't grow these in the UK.
No.
We can't grow them in Europe even, can we? It's all...
No, you can't even grow them on your windowsill if you tried, just for fun. They just don't grow.
So this is all about the supply chain. We're seeing here different ways that industry's tried to deal with it. You've got like ones that must be treated in some way to keep them hard, or maybe they're just harvested early. You've got others they're trying to look after. It's still tough to make them good. And then you've got some which are presumably ripened here or something like that to make sure it's perfect. But what a variety. Give me one last fact on avocados that we should think about, or one last area of discussion. What do you think?
In terms of supply chain, retailer, or consumer brand,
up to you.
I would say they're a phenomenon that is bucking the trend at the moment in terms of they are growing year on year. More people in more households are consuming more avocado more frequently.
Well, guacamole, right?
Guacamole. And I think we're becoming, in our own way, we're training ourselves to notice the difference between a good one and a bad one, as the discussion we've had here. Although it has to be said, if I bought this at the price it was at, this was sort of £2.70 for 2 avocados, I would be pretty disappointed with that. These are not quite ready yet, and if of course once you've gone into them and you can't eat them,
they go brown.
You've got to throw them away. They're not going to ripen. You have to leave them. Have faith. Leave them like this. Maybe leave them in the fruit bowl. Put them next to your banana. The banana will help to ripen them because the banana's pumping out ethylene.
We're going to talk about that in another episode.
Yeah. And everybody wants, and if I talk about my own daughters, they want a buttery, creamy avocado that makes good guacamole. They can put on some toast.
So our winner today was not the most expensive. It was not the one that was meant to be perfect, but fantastic. Yeah. So I'm going to call that a win for the consumer.
And well priced. These were very good prices.
So don't look at big numbers. Yeah. We bought these by the each. It was our best experience.
It was.
And it just goes through a little bit of education. You can probably put yourself up a bargain.
It goes
instead of just having to go to the top of the shelf.
That's it. And the best thing about Tesco's assortment is you can go to the box and you can fill them, if you buy them loose, you can fill the ones that are maybe ready to eat now, and maybe there's one you might want to keep for a couple of days. And once you become a bit skilled at that, you can really get good value. If you buy the pre-packs like this, these are the packs, you are genuinely going to have to leave that somewhere until it softens.
Yeah, but I'm going to say it might never soften.
And it might never soften.
So,
but we'll get to the bottom of that, won't we?
We will. We're going to talk about how you look after fruit after it's harvested, but not for a few episodes yet. Thanks very much, John. I've learned about avocados, and fantastic one. Thank you.